Right off that same creek mouth.
Ooh, I love it.
Right off that same creek
Look at,
mouth.
oh gosh, yep. A nice one too. Oh my goodness.
Right off that same
All
creek
right.
mouth.
Let me get my pliers. Oh, look at that pretty trout. Dude. I'm getting hot out here now. I'm gonna start sweating.
There he is.
It's 35 degrees out here and I'm gonna be sweating in about 2 minutes. All right, here we go. Oh, it's a nice one too.
Not a bad little fish. Not a bad little fish.
All right, little fella. Come here.
Here you go, Stu. Slip him up here. I'll slip the hooks out of his lip there.
Grady White Boats' reputation for designing ruggedly elegant fishing boats is legendary. Our attention to quality, detail, and customer service is unmatched. From our Fisherman 180 and Coastal Explorers series to the unrivaled Canyon 456, you'll find no boat that rides better and offers more fishing amenities. Go ahead, experience fishing at its best. Get the Grady.
Hello, welcome to the Carolina Outdoor Journal. Well, today's program will take us out on a cool day as we go fishing for some speckled trout. And Joe, it's called the Autumn Bite.
That's right. It was a bite, and it was cold that day. It was not cool. It was really, really bitterly cold. It was right before Thanksgiving last fall. We had a cold front come through the day before, and I mean, it was, as you see when you look at the footage, it was exceptionally cold on the surface. Now the water temperature was still fairly comfortable, I think in the mid 60s, somewhere there, and so the fish were really, really active, and we just had a great day.
Any special equipment we needed for that day?
A lot of clothing. We were wrapped up, but just your standard medium action tackle for speckled trout. But we caught some really nice speckled trout that day.
We'll talk about it on Gear Time. And Donna's got a recipe today for shrimp cakes. Is that right?
Yeah, shrimp cakes is a really delicious recipe from her today. I tried it the other day, and just tune in.
Well, we got a lot going on, so stay right there. We're going fishing today on the Carolina Outdoor Journal.
Stuart, we picked the coldest day of the year without a doubt to go trout fishing this morning. It was a brutal ride down the waterway and we can see the smoke coming off the water behind us. But we pulled up on a great marsh here and I think we'll be able to catch some fish.
That's right. We've got the water's still a little bit warm. You know, it's still probably at least 60 degrees, somewhere right in that ballpark, maybe 58, 60 degrees. We've got a little bit of wind, the front's pushed off, but you know, the fish should be right up in here. They should be laid right up on this big mud bank right here behind us. And we're gonna work this thing over with topwater plugs and some hard jerk baits and see what we can get done today.
Well, I think even with the cold weather and we had to chip ice off the latches on the boat this morning and the deck was covered in skim ice, but I think we'll still be able to catch some fish.
That's right, we're gonna see how tough we really are.
That's right, that's right.
All right, man, let's do it.
Let's do it. Sorry.
Walker, he's on.
I know he is. I got him.
I got one. There he is.
Golly, the first cast. The first cast.
They're right up in there. Here's what we came for.
What a pretty trout.
You ready? Okay, I'm gonna bring him over to you.
Got him. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come here, fella.
Come on, big fella. Take it easy. Yeah, that's what we came for. That's what we came for.
Not a bad little fish at all.
Look at all the spots on that pretty thing.
Yeah.
He's probably, what, about 2 pounds? Maybe 2.5?
Yeah.
Look how wide he is across the back.
Okay. Get that last little hook out.
All right. Look at them fangs on him. That orange mouth.
There we go. Not a bad trout for the morning.
Not bad.
We're going to release him anyway.
That's right. We're going to let that thing slide back. It helps if your fingers aren't frozen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for bringing that fish in.
You betcha.
I'm going to have to take a little break. And
well, I'm going to take your place.
Come on up here and get one. All right.
This feels like a trout. He's got that,
look at him bollard. Yeah, I think it is.
That head shake.
Oh, it is. Look at that. Oh, I love it. It's amazing how when you hook a fish, it's not cold anymore.
I know. We forget all about that. I think this is, here he is.
Come on, be a big one, be a big one. Oh, it's a nice one.
It is a
this
pretty
nice
trout, hot dog.
Oh, you barely got him hooked, Walker.
Pretty trout, pretty trout.
Oh, come here, big fella.
Pretty
Come on.
trout.
Don't do that. Don't do that, dude.
Now, Stu, that is what we came for today.
God, look at that pretty
fish.
fish.
That is a pretty trout. Look how
Look at
lit
that.
up he is, and the hook was just
Look at the
barely hanging
hues.
on.
Look at the purple and the pinks on
Yes,
his
sir.
back right there. That's about a 3.5 pounder,
It
maybe.
sure
What do you
is.
think?
That is what we came for
That's
this
what we
morning.
came for. Here's the best part about getting these big old
You know,
females is releasing them.
Big fish like that, you gotta release them. You gotta put them back. Let them. Those are the spawning stock. That's our future right there. So we've got to let those fish go.
Oh yeah. We'll keep a little 15-incher. That's the perfect size to eat. But these big females,
Let them go.
Let these
Let 'em
things
go.
go and let them breed and get big. All right, big baby. Put you back all nice and gentle. All right.
Right.
I love it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good job,
Thank
man.
you, man. Got him. Got him.
Oh,
got
I
him.
just had a hit too.
Oh, mine just came off.
All right.
But that was a pretty trout right on that creek mouth. Right on that
Going
creek
right
mouth.
through there. And I had a hit and missed him.
Well, I'm going right back in there.
God almighty.
You know, one of the things. Go ahead.
Go ahead. All right. Oh, I love it.
There he is. There he is.
Yeah.
Nice fish.
All
nice
right,
fish.
all right,
Yes, sir.
All right. Good job.
Yes, sir. There he is. They are.
They're
There
right
is
off
a
the back of that
narrow
creek there.
zone in there where these fish are sitting. This is a pretty fish. This is a
right.
pretty fish.
I'm right here. Come on, big fella. Be a big old 5-pounder.
You know, Stu, it's kind of funny. We're 20 yards up here and we get nothing but bluefish. 20 yards back right there, and that's where the trout are sitting.
Yeah.
Not a bad fish at all.
Look, he swiped at it. Looks like he caught him. Looks like the front hook came back and caught him in the side. But
Yeah. I think the hook slipped out and caught him in the side.
Come
and
on,
that's
big
why
fella.
he's coming in.
come on, big girl.
Kinda
We're gonna
tough.
let you go. There you go. Oh, she still got some fight to her.
Oh, yeah, here you go, Stu.
All right, slide her around this side right here. Okay, here, I'm gonna bring her right up.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Oh, yep, hook came right into her side right there. Let me see, let me just get a hold of it. Those barbers, okay, now watch out.
I know.
There we go.
I'm not going to catch your finger. Another quality fish. Another quality
Look
fish.
at that pretty thing.
Yep.
All right, sweet thing.
Good deal.
I love them, I swear. There's more value to them being able to catch them on a rod and reel than watch them sit in an ice chest,
That's
isn't
true.
it?
Let's put her back.
All right, come on, sweet thing. You go back and get big.
And while you're doing that, I am going to flip in there and see if there's not one more sitting right on that bank.
Oh, come on now. Let me at least dry my hands
Well,
off
you
before
better
catch the next.
get your mess together and
I'm
get in the
trying.
action here, buddy.
I'm all fired up and I can't do anything right now. Oh,
Right off that same creek mouth.
woo, I love it.
Right off that same creek
Look at,
mouth.
oh God, that's
Yep.
a nice one too. Oh my goodness.
Right off that same
All right.
creek mouth.
Let me get my pliers. Oh, look at that pretty trout. Dude. Ugh. I'm getting hot out here now. I'm gonna start
There
sweating.
he is.
It's 35 degrees out here and I'm gonna be sweating in about 2 minutes. All right, here we go. Oh, it's a nice one too.
Not a
got
bad
him
little
hooked.
fish.
Come on.
Not a bad little
All
fish.
right, little fella. Come here.
Here you go, Stu.
There we
Slip him
go.
up here. I'll slip the hooks out of his lip there.
Look at that pretty thing.
You know, I smash those barbs down. It makes it easy just to release these fish, and you really don't lose any fish by smashing the barbs down. You just got to keep your line tight, and it sure makes handling them at the boat a whole lot easier.
It sure does.
Pretty fish, yes,
Look
sir.
at that big old yellow mouth on him.
I know.
Isn't that pretty? I love that part.
All right,
All right, go get
let's
get
put her
another
back
one.
in the water.
All right, sweet thing. You go back and have a bunch of eggs, and we'll catch your buddies next year, and we'll release them too. There you go.
Good job. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Go get another one.
Now, let's see. Golly, that's
There
a
he
nice
is.
fish. He
Look
just
at him
came
out
up to the surface shaking his head there. I think that is a pretty trout, Stu.
That was a real tight to the bank
Was
shot
he?
too. Yeah, he
All
was
right.
real tight.
I'm gonna go ahead and get this in.
Let's see what happens. Come on,
That's
big
another
fella.
nice fish.
This is where it pays to have a drag, a nice soft drag
Yeah.
on a reel. Because with these soft mouths on them. Oh, look at that
Look
one.
at that trout.
Come on, all right, I'm gonna ease them to you. You
Okay.
ready? You might be able to lift them and brush them hooks now. Lift them in if you got to. Watch the hook. Woo! All right. Yeah. Woo! Perfect. Oh,
There we go. Whoop! There she goes.
There she goes.
All right.
Another nice 3-pounder.
Yes, sir.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
I love it.
I love it.
I swear. I can hardly stand it. I'm 35 years old and I feel like I'm 14.
Quality.
All right, let me know what you need to do.
Quality trout.
If you need to come
There
back
we
here,
go.
you come on.
We're all right.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Another quality trout. Another quality trout.
And who says we don't have trout in North Carolina?
Golly. Pretty fish.
All right, hang on. I'm on.
He's a little
Okay.
green.
There we go.
All right.
I got him. I got it good.
Another quality fish here.
There we go. North Carolina trout right there.
There we go. There we go. Perfect.
Another
Perfect.
nice
Perfect.
2.5 pounder, 3
Beautiful.
pound fish.
Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish.
God, look at the iridescence on that.
No,
that
there
purple,
is-
pink on it.
There is not a better fish that swims in salt water, in my opinion.
Get him in the sunlight here. Look at that.
Yep.
Oh, I swear. I love it.
That's releasing. That's releasing.
There he goes. Good job.
Two on at the same time. That's great.
That's a nice double header. I'll
That's
take this
great.
any day of the week.
Listen to that fish you
I
got,
know.
man. I think that's a nice fish.
This one might be a nice one here.
That's a nice fish. This one came to the top, shook his head, and I think he's a pretty good fish.
I think this one might be a
You
pretty
might
good
have a
fish, too.
really nice fish there.
I don't think my drag's that loose. You gonna be able to get him
Yeah,
there?
I got him.
Okay.
I got him.
All right, all right.
Tell you
God,
what,
that's a nice one too, though, Walker.
nothing wrong with that fish.
There ain't nothing wrong with that fish. That's a real nice one. God, look at all this. Look at the size of the tail on that thing. Look how big his tail is. That is a big old fish.
Bella.
That's it. That's a.
Golly, it's so cold.
Look at that pretty thing. It's about 3 pounds.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. I think the fish you have might be a little better than that.
I've either got him foul hooked or he's a big one.
See you, buddy. All right.
Trying not to horse him.
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to cast back in there quite yet. I'm going to see what you have there.
I don't know how big
I'm
he
going to
is.
see what you have.
I may just have him foul hooked, you know. I hope he's not. But let's see what we got here. Hey, well, why don't you switch with
I've
me?
got pliers ready. Go right ahead.
I'll lift him up here.
We're finally going to get a look. Oh, look at that
look at
trout.
this one here,
Look
buddy.
at that trout.
Look at that one.
Good night.
That's
is
what we were
a
coming for.
Beautiful.
You want the boga?
Beautiful fish.
The bow grip's on the thing. It's on my console right there.
Look at that trout.
Woo!
Oh, come on.
Come on, big fella. We're gonna let you go. Get him, Walker. Get him, buddy.
Get a bug in his mouth.
Push it. There we go. Yeah! Woo!
Look
at that one.
that speckled trout, Stu. Look at that speckled trout.
Holy
Look
mackerel.
at that speckled trout.
Look at that one right there.
night.
That's about,
Good night.
how big is he? 5 pounds?
I don't even guess.
I think there's a scale on there. See how much you weigh.
Yeah, he's touching the scale right at 5 pounds. With what, 4 3/4 to 5 pounds. Look at that speckled trout. That is a pretty.
Look at the shoulders
pretty
on that fish right there. Oh, that fish has been fattening up over the winter.
Beautiful.
That's
beautiful.
a nice fish right there now. How long would you say he is, Walker?
Gosh,
He's probably 26.
something like that.
Look at that big old pretty trout, buddy.
All right, let them come on back together here.
Let that big old female go and let her breathe. That's what we do with these big ones.
Congratulations, man. That was a beautiful fish.
Wow.
No matter where you are in the world, that's a pretty speckled trout.
Yeah.
Good
I
job.
love it. I
Good
ain't cold
job,
at
man.
all.
Good job. That makes this cold weather just disappear.
That was perfect.
Joe, to say it was cold that day is an understatement. It was right out there.
It really was. I think we had a cold front that passed through that the afternoon before. The wind was still up. When they picked me up at the dock that morning, it was 32 degrees. It never warmed up any, and the wind was probably blowing 20. So it was bitterly cold on the surface. Now underneath, obviously the fish liked it just perfect because they, for 2.5 hours on that tide change, they were active, and we caught a lot of fish.
You know, talking about catching a lot of fish, you have got to be prepared for this one. Let's find out more. Let's go to gear time.
Stuart, the ride down the waterway this morning was chilly. Well, it was downright cold. The air temperature's in the 30s, but the water temperature's right about 63, and just right for speckled trout right here before Thanksgiving.
That's right. They're starting to feel the pinch of winter. They feel like it's coming around the corner, and we got on a good jerkbait bite today. We threw a couple of baits out today. Got a couple over here that seemed to work, but the one that really stood out today was this little guy right here, a little Rapala X-Wrap. And that little bait seemed to do the trick for us today.
Well, that's just not an ordinary jerkbait. They actually call it a slash bait. And in order to make it work effectively, you got to work it a little bit differently than you would a Maraloo or some of the other jerkbaits. Tell us how to do that.
One thing you need to do with this bait is you just got to throw it out there, and instead of just ticking the rod tip real softly, go ahead and slap that thing. Slap it a few times and let it pause. And on that pause is when they're going to come up and hit it. They may crush it, they may just tick it, but bang, 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 reel up to it and let it just sit there and hold it. And that's when they're going to come up.
That's what we were finding today. That's a suspending bait. So once it gets down to depth, you hit it a couple of times, it jerks around, and then you just let it sit, and they were crushing it when it was sitting.
That's right, and one thing that helps you do that is a nice rod and reel outfit. I'm using a Quantum Catalyst 20. I've got that paired with a Quantum Cabo 8 to 14 pound fast action rod. I think fast action is important. And we've got the low stretch braided line on here. I think the combination of all this makes this bait work good because you got low stretch, you've got a rod that has a good backbone so that when you slap that bait, you get that good side to side action.
The other thing we were doing with the baits today was smashing the barbs down on the hooks. We were catching some really nice fish. 3-pound range, we had a fish that was 5 pounds or so. Those are the kind of fish that you want to let go. You want to release those fish. That's the future of speckled trout fishing in this state. And smashing the barbs down enables us to get the fish in, get the hooks out, get the fish back in the water where the fish is not harmed at all. And you really don't lose any fish by smashing the barbs down. You got to keep your line tight, but with speckled trout, you need to keep your line tight anyway because they've got such soft mouths.
That's right. Now we just got to get back out there and get a few more of them.
Yeah, these clouds have moved in now. I think the temperature's continuing to drop, but boy, the fishing was hot today, and the fall of the year speckled trout fishing is the best.
Man, I had a great time.
It was wonderful.
Can't wait to do it again.
I enjoyed it.
Me too, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, fellas, for that information. Item number 1, be sure you bundle up. Now, we're going to join Donna in the kitchen. She's got a special recipe today. It's all about shrimp cakes. This is one that you'll want to keep and use down the road.
Today in Simple Cooking, we're going to be making some shrimp cakes. Great flavors going on. We have some yogurt dip that we're going to add with it, and we also have these great cakes that have a lot of crunch and a lot of flavor. So let's go ahead and get started. I've chopped up my pound of shrimp, and it's in my bowl. We're going to add to that some cilantro that we have chopped. We're going to also add some green chilies to these, and green chilies really, they're not hot. They just have a lot of great flavor. We're going to also add some Mexican corn, some red onions, that we have chopped, and you want to make sure that it's chopped pretty finely. We're also going to add some roasted red bell peppers, which add lots of great flavor. They're a little tangy. And 1 egg, some Dijon mustard. So you can see we've got lots of flavors going on in here. And some mayonnaise. We're going to mix all that together, and then we're going to add some onion hush puppy mix to this as well. So it's going to hold all of it together, and that egg's going to help bind it as well. Great colors too, if you notice how the pretty colors that are in here. We're going to add about 3/4 of our package of hush puppy mix with onions. You'll also have that great onion mix as well, flavors. So we're going to mix all that together. Let me turn up my heat. We're going to preheat some oil here. I used a mixture of olive oil and cooking just vegetable oil, because olive oil doesn't have its quite smoke point, highest smoke point as vegetable oil does, so you don't want to scorch anything. So we're just going to mix that together until it is thick. And if you're in an area where there's a lot of humidity, or you're making it during that time, you may need to add a little bit more of the hush puppy mix just to get it to bind well. So we're just going to have that like all mixed together, and then I'm just going to use my hands. You can use a scoop if you want. And we're going to form these into some patties, like hamburger patty size. Also, if you want, you can make them smaller, like silver dollar size, and serve them as appetizers, which would be great as well. We're just going to flatten those out, and then I just like to put mine in my hush puppy mix, some additional on my wax paper here, and then I like to coat them. And then we're just going to drop those into our hot oil and cook them until they're nice and golden brown, probably about 5 to 10 minutes, because depending on the thickness of your patties, because you want to make sure that shrimp gets cooked, but it cooks really quickly. So we're going to turn those over, cook them on the other side, and you're ready to go. Like I said, if you make them the silver dollar size, they'd be great for some appetizers. So let's take a look and see what they look like when they're all finished and they come out. We have the great crunch on the outside that hush puppy mix will make, and then you have all the tender, great vegetables inside. We're going to serve it on a corn relish. It's a tomato corn relish where it has tomatoes and corn, the green chilies, and red onion, just a great combination, and a little bit of basil in there as well, along with our yogurt dip. So it's a great combination of cold, hot, and crunchy. So I hope you enjoy the shrimp cakes, and I look forward to seeing you next time here on Carolina Outdoor Journal.
Once again, thanks so much, Donna, for an outstanding recipe. That's one that you'll want to keep and try a little later on. Joe, let's go back down to the coast now. It was bitterly cold because of that cold front moving through the day before. I'll
tell you how cold it was. I love to catch speckled trout, and it was so cold after we finished shooting. Now, the bite kind of diminished as the tide started changing, but it was so cold we were all ready to go in. It was that cold. The wind chill factor had to be around 0, but it was worthwhile. I mean, you could see a quality catch of speckled trout. Anybody that speckled trout fishes could recognize that.
Is this a fishing trip you'd recommend to our viewers?
Oh, absolutely. Just bundle up.
Bundle up. For Joe Albee, I'm John Moore. Thanks for joining us today on the Carolina Outdoor Journal.
Make sure to visit our website for more information.
Grady White boats are known for uncompromising quality through exceptional attention to detail. On every model, from 18 to 45 feet, we incorporate exclusive features and quality components that you won't find on any other boat brands. Our exclusive CV2 hull design is ranked highest in every third-party survey done in the marine industry. So every day on the water will be a great day, no matter the conditions. Ask any Grady White owner and they'll tell you, get the Grady.